right? Y'all met before.
Yeah.
What up, Vern? What up, Vern? My fault. What's up?
Now you good,
brother?
Hey,
good?
I'm good.
Respect,
hey, man. You know any Kings from Mount Vernon?
Who?
Kings? The Kings, yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 real estate chicks. They sisters. They from Mount Vernon. Last name King. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Money earning.
I know some Kings out there. I know some. My one of my homies' best friend, his name is Tito King.
Tito. All right, I'll find out if that's their people. All right, bet.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
Toriano, like, you know, Tito, like Tito Jackson.
I feel Okay.
All right.
Honored to be here, guys, for real. Thank you.
No doubt we're gonna set off. What's good? You two in apartment 5B hosted by your man Kill. Yo, I got my squad with me tonight. Special guest, my brother Grap Lover, the youngest soul brother. What's going on, Grap?
I'm good, man. Honored to be here this evening. You know what I mean? Yo, enough respect to the brothers on the line, yo. Respect y'all. What's good?
Always
peace and love.
DJ Rack One, what's going on, good brother?
Hey, like my favorite movie says, Merry New Year.
No doubt. Yo, you staying safe out there in Houston, right? With that whole crazy.
Yeah, man, that's
no
crazy.
Doubt.
Crap, man.
No doubt. I already gave my wife the piece. Told her if she needs something, holler at me.
What's going on in Houston, man?
We got a serial killer, man. He's killing black people out here. He killed a 7-year-old over the Christmas break. It's tough out here, man. They doing one of my DJ homeboys is doing a visual for her this week. Wow. Man, so I'm gonna try to get out there.
Okay, yo, man, prayers up, man.
Indeed, man, appreciate that, man. We staying safe, man.
Right, do that, man.
As soon as I seen that, I hit up Rack at like midnight. Like, yo, I just
hit me up.
Go be safe, man. So no doubt on that. Nick, what's going on, good brother?
What's going on? I'm playing like Heavy D. Don't curse. 2019. Trying to clean it up this year.
Exactly.
That's what's up, bro.
Trying to clean it up.
My brother Vern, ATL, what's good, fam?
All love. Glad to be here. What's up with y'all?
What's going on?
Good. Like my man Nick says, the first apartment 5B of 2019. Vern's wife had never seen the show. She watched the show. I like it. The show kills me out, man. What's up?
The language, right?
I gotta fall back, man. I gotta like, yo. Like, you know, I feel like when you get married, if Cats is married and y'all are age, you know, like making friends, you gotta make sure the wife like you. So I need
no question.
Ain't gonna be like, yo, that nigga kill you. If he come to ATL, yo, I don't want to.
Yeah, he can't come.
He can't stay with me. We rinsing his mouth out when he get there.
So I said, all right, boom, 2019. Me and Nick said we're gonna fall back with the curse. I'm trying, so we're gonna make this happen. Look, today's show is about shelved albums, your top 5 dopest shelved albums. Now, somebody out there who's younger may be saying, what's a shelved album? Why? Because now we live in an era where you just upload your music. You know what I mean? So you drop your music. There's no label to have to go through to do none of that hoopla. So somebody out there is like, yo, OG, what's a shelved album? Well, back in
Bandcamp, the hottest label right now.
Bandcamp and DistroKid. Like, those are the hottest labels right now where you could just upload your music. But back in the day, you can have a situation where you have an artist record a whole album, do videos, do everything, and then the label, for some reason, just throw it up on the wall. You know what I mean? Just pull the plug on it. You know, we got a lot of hip-hop gems that some have come out, some have never come out. You know what I mean? So we got to dig into that. We got Grap Love of the Day, Real Hip-Hop Stories with Grap, because one of my top favorite albums of the 90s, period, you know, was the I album, The Life I Lived, which got shelved. And you know, that was one of the joints that we went on to eventually get our hands on, but Grap is going to give us some of the background behind why it went down, how it went down, and everything like that. But DJ Rec One, yo, set things off, man. What's one of your top shelved albums over there?
Okay. So one of the joints I got, man, I'm still mad to this day that this album is shelved, man. I love this guy. You know, his voice is, you know exactly who it is when he comes in the track, man. Lord have mercy, yo. I was looking forward to that album just as much as I look forward to a Bus album. Y'all know I'm a super Bus fan. And when I heard that this album was coming out, I was just sitting there, pins and needles, waiting. And I'm still waiting at 40 years old, man. And like, it's crazy because, you know, you would hear certain songs on these mixtapes come out and that you could tell they was for the album. They wasn't mixed, but they was fire. Mm-hmm. And it just nothing. You did like to this day. I think doing the research for this, I kind of found out why it was shelved, but I still didn't get a true answer, man. So Lord have mercy. The name of the album was called The Ungodly Hour. It was supposed to drop in '98, and nothing. And from what I hear, because I haven't heard it, but from what I hear, it would have set fire to everything that was out at that time, man. He had the joint with MOP.
Yeah, that was just ended up coming on the Warriors album.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, what is going on? How come I can't get this food that I want to eat so bad? Like, this dude is a superstar when it comes to lyrics. Like, he is what hip hop needs at that time. Still does, but I think had he come out at that time, I think we honestly would have had a superstar out of Lord Have Mercy, man. I just don't know what happened with the label, man.
Right. I feel you on that. Grab, you got something up the bat?
Yes, I'm going to start with family. Peter, if you're watching this, shame on you. Okay? The PVP album, the Pete Rock versus Premier album.
Oh, yeah. I remember the talk about that.
Mm-hmm. That joint should have come out, like, seriously. It would have been incredible. They could have done volumes of that album. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because all they had to do, I had the formula for the album for them. They do 5 songs each and just rotate an MC. And it's this edition, the Pharoah Monch edition, the Mos Def edition, the you know what I mean, the Conway West Side Gun edition. You know, you just bring cats in, and this can go on for 20
on and on.
volumes if you want it. You feel me? Easy. So the PVP album needs to begin to happen. The series, it needs to begin to happen. So Pete and Premier, if y'all see this, get on your JO. Y'all been telling folks it was gonna happen. It ain't happened yet. When is it gonna happen? We need that out. All right. So that's my first one. I gotta start with family. Shame on you, Peter.
I tell you, the wild thing about that is when word got the air about it, I was like, yo, that's one of the illest concepts ever, because the OG concept was that they wasn't here what the other one did. So it would have been a surprise. They would have heard that when we heard, Primo would have just been hearing what Pete did and who he worked with, vice versa. I'm like, yo, that's such a ill concept. You know,
and they could have did the first one like that. You know what I mean? And then after that, start the series is grabbing Kendrick Lamar, grabbing cats who you be like, well, that word, they grabbed them. Like, let me hear how they sound together. Like, you know, like, yo, bring that spice back to the game a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
They can get
anybody.
Yeah, for sure. Between the two of them.
Can you imagine,
man? Royce the 5'9", but you know, between the two of them guys, like
3
they
stacks.
Can get anybody. Yo, they could get whoever they want, you know. But hopefully they'll sit down and map that out and work that out. But that's my first one, guys. The PVP album, the Primo versus Pete Rock album.
All right, no doubt. Nick, what you got up?
I'm gonna go with Inspector Deck, like the Lost album, the one that got lost in the flood. I would, because you know Wu-Tang during that first run, they was dropping albums like every 3 to 4 months. But after GZA dropped, it was like a year between his album and Ghostface. I feel like that Deck album should have came right there, and we didn't get him until like '99. And I know that's not the album that he was working on during that time. So if I would love for RZA, if I just wish he could have kept them files, had them saved somewhere else. I don't know how it was back in the '90s, so I don't know what the equipment was like. I'm not a producer. We
ain't have no cloud back then.
Exactly.
We had floppy disks. I'm looking for my box right now. Matter of fact,
so like once you lose it, it's gone. So that's just unfortunate, because I would have loved to hear what him and Deck had worked on at that point.
Yeah, it's going. All right, yo. My first one, I'm gonna shout it out for Vern. You know, some R&B type stuff. This joint never came out. Bilal second.
I knew you was gonna.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That Love for Sale, man. This was supposed to drop in 2006. I don't know what held it up. You had Knots on there. Was on to Make Me Over, Get Out of My Hair, Lord Don't Let It. Like I felt like if this would have dropped, this could have See, the wild part is the Firstborn Second. A lot of people really don't know about that joint, but that joint was 5 mics to me. Like,
I love that album. I love it.
You know what I mean?
It was an incredible album, man.
It was incredible. And if he would have came back with this, which to me is another 5 mic album, I just feel like Bilal's name would have screamed so much louder than what it does right now. You know what I mean? The average person, I heard the name or I seen him in a video, but I just feel like if those two would have came out like back to back, it would have been crazy, for Bilal.
Because you're right, because with Bilal, Music Soul Child is more popular than him, but he's better than Music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. And because like I saw the tweet about the Dilla, emulation with them, with that whole Philly sound. You so right about that, yo. Like them drums, them, all that Real Love and not Quit Playing, Stop Playing, and all them joints, like that's all Dilla, you know what I mean? But he's more popular than Music, but Bilal is a better skilled cat. And I believe if he would have went through with that album, and that album would have came out correctly, the first album, because it was heavily bootleg too.
Right.
If that first album would have came out correctly, and then the follow-up, like you said, The Love for Sale, came out right after, I think, he would have been like Payal up out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I was tripping when they did that Prince tribute, and Bilal killed it, and young heads was like, "Who was that?" I'm like, "Who is that?"
Nobody had no idea.
Dude, I went on a spree and just was dropping songs on Twitter like, man, you need to do your knowledge.
Yeah.
He's
underrated cat.
Bro, I love that All for Love joint he got, man. Yeah.
So definitely.
That's one of them albums. If I had hella money, I would pay myself like, what we got to do to get this album out? That's a
Pull a Martin Scarelli.
Don't end up like him though.
Outright.
Don't end up like him.
No, not at all. Please, no.
All right, Rec, what you got for another joint, bro?
All right, man. So I'm going with the Nas Premiere joint, man. I'm sure everybody in here used to read Scratch magazine back in the day.
Yes. They were on the cover for that.
Exactly.
They were.
There it is.
It was a whole.
Rec. He got it right.
That's it right there. That's it right there.
Got it.
There's a whole magazine article devoted to this joint, man. And the timing was perfect. It was premiered before he started kind of not necessarily falling off, but just sampling different things and sampling in a different way. Technology
and using that keyboard more.
Yeah.
Using that keyboard more.
It would have been crazy because the timing was perfect, and it just didn't happen. So what I was reading up on, it was just like they just couldn't get the timing down, and Premier took those beats and gave to somebody else. And I mean, we still sitting here waiting on the album. I mean, I think I said it the last podcast. Like I still want it. I don't care. I'll take it.
Here's the wild part. I don't think Nas really want to fuck with Premier. I don't think Nas want to mess with Premier like that.
Where that jar at, Burn?
Go get a square jar.
Jar or something. I don't think Nas want to mess with Premier like that. And the reason why I say that is because I read this article about Life is Good, and they was like, yo, why didn't Preem get on there? And he was like, yo, because at the time I was going through a divorce, and everybody in the studio with me had been through a divorce. So, we was just building. Swiss had been divorced, No ID, Salam. And I'm like, yo, now a dude got to be divorced to
rock on your album?
Yeah, so it's like, yo, it just seemed like, and I hear all the people like, oh, well, once I'm done, and I think Nas tweeted something a while ago, like, yo, once I'm done with this Def Jam deal, then we gonna do it. And yo, to be honest with you, I think we'll get a J Elect album before we get
Wow. That tell you something right there.
When you think about it, Nas and Jay, like Jay ain't worked with Premier since '99.
But you know what? I kind of felt some way about Jay because I've seen this documentary on Jay, and it was an industry documentary. Of course, Jay wasn't in it, but they spoke to like real dudes. Like it wasn't just like regular dudes off the corner. And I forgot who it was, but one of Jay's people was like, Jay's the type of dude, like he like a Marlo on the wire. Like he
calculated.
Like he learned like how Marlo learned from Prop Joe, but then got rid of Prop Joe. Like they were saying like that's how Jay is. So it's kind of like I think that when Primo said Nas beat Jay in the battle, Like boom. Then at the same
time, I can see him doing that. He petty like that.
No more collabs, no more between them. So I see Jay as being that type of dude, like a word I lost.
Yeah.
Man, I got you. You know,
more bread for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see Jay doing that.
And by the way, Nick, this is what we used to make our beats on, man. whole basket of floppy from my MPC days.
Bro, yo, let me say something to you. If that floppy go bad,
it's a wrap.
Yeah. My SP bag, my
whole box
right there in the bag.
I got like 10 of these things.
Whole bag.
That's the wild part. Don't forget too that Tip House caught on fire.
Yeah,
He lost beats and records and everything like that. So
maybe that has something to do with how beats, rhymes, and life sounded. Was it around that
time? Crap, you got another one, good brother?
Yes, I do. Let's see, where can I go? Let's go with the God MC, Rakim Allah, the Oh My God album. What would that have sounded like? I wonder. And I wonder on both ends, like, would it have been fit for the time? You know what I mean?
Right.
And would his skill level have been really where we would have been like, really like, yo, you heard that new Ra album? You know what I mean? Yeah. Would it have been there? You know what I mean?
Now, here's my question. Do y'all remember what year this was? Was this album supposed to come out before he got with Primo with the Been a Long Time? Like,
No, after that. It was like 2000.
This was like, because he had gotten with Dre.
Right.
Yeah, this was supposed to be an Aftermath album.
Aftermath.
Yes. Yep. This is when he had actually signed the Aftermath, had did the joint with Truth Hurts.
Yeah.
They went up. I was about to say Living Color. They went on 106 in Park and even was announced it. Like he was like, yeah, I'm with Dre, album coming. I'm like, grab. I'm like, word.
Right. I think he ended up like leaving Aftermath, and you know the album never came. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something that, you know, and from I think something I read or heard that it was like Dre wanted him to kind of be on some gangster type stuff.
Yeah, creative differences.
So, you know what I mean? You know, them creative differences coming into play like that. And, you know, again, that's one of them albums that I've always wondered, was it done? Was it halfway done? You know, because I feel like, you know, if that's what Dre wanted, then how much did we even get into it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Another thing with Aftermath is just, you know, that the whole running joke was if you sign to Dre, it ain't never coming out.
Wasn't Raekwon over there at some point?
Yeah, I think Ray was over there.
Yeah.
And actually, the person I'm about to bring up next was on Aftermath and never came out.
Hey, Kill, I got a couple.
Yeah, what you got, Vern?
I'm gonna go with Rod Digger. Everything is a story. It's supposed to come out. 2003. The thing about Ra, anybody that knows anything knows that Ra is a killer, and I'm just wondering if she had come out during that time, would she be on a higher plane to the general public, man? Because Ra can go.
Yeah. That album's dope too. I actually got my hands on it last fall. Crazy album.
Yeah, I think it like leaked on.
Yeah, they leaked it. They leaked it on Facebook.
Oh wow.
She didn't really get a fair chance because she just got that one album.
No, that ain't no leak. That's put it.
Yeah, they put it on Facebook.
You put that up there. Ain't nothing leaking on Facebook, boy. That's coming right up. Hey, here I am. I got off of Facebook, man. Can't take it.
And the wild part about that is one of the things I'm gonna tie together at the end is just these years that we're looking at a lot of these albums getting shelved at, and it was a shift in hip hop. So I think a lot of these albums, when we look at it and start putting dates, you'll see a timeline of why a lot of these albums got shelved. Because if you look at hip hop in '94 and look at hip hop in '96, in those 2 years, hip hop changed drastically.
Yeah,
you know, it went from Midnight Marauders and Into the Woods to now you got Bad Boy. You know, so those albums that were made in that 94, 95 period, still trying to make music for that
energy.
96 came, labels is looking like, I don't know.
That's not gonna work. Do you have Good Times in there? Any Sister Sledge? No, sorry, guy.
Right.
You might want to bring that back to the lab.
Right. So we're gonna look at a lot of these albums and look at them years. But Nick, what's another one of yours, good brother?
I'm gonna go with Trigger the Gambler. Remember him? Smooth the Hustler brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. He was on Def Jam too. He was on Def Jam. They had My Crew Can't Go For That on the Nutty Professor soundtrack.
I mean, my stuff. That was my stuff. That was my jewel right there.
What's your last name, Vern?
Chandler.
Hey, you see, I'm doing good, man.
Yeah. I got a PayPal. I got a cash
app. Hey man, we gonna fund my baby girl law school for y'all, man.
I'll just donate. I ain't gonna cuss, but I'll just donate.
Lord have mercy. You can't go for that off that Nutty Professor sound.
DR period on production.
Yes, I love that.
Elias Christ. I used to love that crew. Yeah, man, never came out.
Yeah,
so I don't know what happened with that project, but that was one I was looking forward to.
Yeah. All right, the next one I got, another dude who was signed to Aftermath. A lot of people may not know about him. He's from Philly.
I know you going.
That's Emperor.
Yeah.
That's Emperor.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Last name. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but people may remember me. He was on the Lyricist Lounge album, on the track with KRS-One and Zach De La Roca. He was on the Beat Miners album, Brace for Impact, a joint called Hustler's Theme. He was on the Jazzy Jeff album, The Magnificent, a joint called Mystery Man. And the thing that I loved about this boy, because I've met Jamal a couple of times. My man Jason was real cool because he went to Lincoln, and my man Jason went to Lincoln. He brought him through the crib, and we in my mom's basement in Philly. And instead of talking about records, we ended up talking about comic books because I had all my comic collection back then. We ended up just chopping it up about that. And he told me, like, yo, fam, I just did this song called Secret Wars. And he's like, yo, it's about rappers battling comic book characters. And I'm like, word? Like, yo, I can't wait to hear that. And then I heard the joint, and the joint is crazy. He got Spider-Man versus Nas. He got Doc Ock versus Busta Rhymes with Dr. Ock's arms and Busta's dreads. He got Lauryn Hill versus Storm. You know what I mean? He's doing like little imitation. Like he got commenting on during the fight. He doing different impersonations. Just a crazy song. So he had an album called The Legend of Bigfoot that never tried. It got leaked out there, so it's out there. But it's a very dope album. I mean, this dude is like one of those. He's a very intelligent rapper. And that's what I'll say. Like he's the type of dude like. He was spitting, and I mean, this young, and he said something about sarcophagus, and I was like, "Oh, snap!"
I'm about to get the
dictionary. Bro, I'm looking at the producers on this mug: Beat Miners, Diamond, Prince Paul, Muggs. Yeah, that had to be fire.
You know, so it's a very dope album, very dope concepts. He had a joint called Bums, talking about just the homeless problem. He had a joint called Heaven, where he was just talking about all the people who had died and going to heaven, like. You know, Miles Davis and you know Malcolm. It's very, very dope, brother.
He's a very visual rapper.
Exactly.
Yeah, very visual rapper.
Like the more you put out there, I see why Dre didn't put it out. You know, because Dre was like straight gangster. That's what sound like.
Right. It was one of those things where when he got signed, I was like, "That's dope," but like,
trap.
Yeah, like I don't see the fit. Like it almost be like Mos Def signing with Dre. It's almost like. I don't even see the fit of it. You know what I mean? But, yeah, so Last Emperor, Legend of Bigfoot, check that out. Now, here's the album, one of my favorite albums. I done brought, like, I think every bootleg copy of it. This is the one bootleg I got right now of it. You know what I mean? I brought the other joint that BBE put out with the D-Dot joint. You know what I mean? The Iron Eye, the Light.
You see me chopping it, right?
Right, I see you, brother. I see you. You know what I mean?
I was about to throw my other one away because I saw Pete like spazzing about that one. I said, let me throw that out.
The BBE joint?
BBE joint, yeah, he went in about that one.
Yeah.
So this right here was like, I mean, and even when I found this, because this was out way before the BBE joint when I got my, because when I was still up at 88.9 at Morgan, my man Little Mike, I don't know who he knew in Vernon, but he would come back and we would play this album so much. Center of attention. I mean, Grown Man Sport. Like, to me, this is a 5-mic classic album right here.
Man, I'm humble, man. Thank you.
No, and Grab knows, every time I meet Grab, I link up with Grab. I'm like, yo, you are one of my favorite MCs ever.
I'm humble, man.
Crossroads was my joint.
On some real stuff. This is my album right here. But yo, Grab, let's talk about this album. Like, talk about go, making it, and then what happened with it? Like, why did it get shelved?
Well, making it, it was, for me personally, it was like an emotional roller coaster, man, making that album. Just going through so many different emotions throughout the different studio sessions. If I could play it for y'all and talk about it, it would be, we might have to do just a separate session like that where I just sit and play it and just tell you what each song brought to me. You know what I mean? The intro, we have like intro, a real intro with us talking, not that whatever that shit is in the that reggae shit in the front. That's not the real intro to the album. Like, the name of the album is The Life I Live. You know what I mean? That's the real name. That's what we named the album, The Life I Live. And the first song after the intro is The Life I Live. You know what I mean? Then you have Square One. Then I believe it's an interlude, then Faking Jacks. Then it's an interlude, then Crossroads. Then an interlude, then Center of Attention. Then an interlude, and then I forget what comes after that. Not Props. Something else. But the order of the album is different too.
Okay.
Like, I actually wanted to have it playing in the background while we were doing this, but I didn't want to, make it too noisy or whatever. But
no, do your thing, man. Let's do that. Let's do that, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all talk while I go set it up.
Rack, what's another joint that you got, man?
All right, so I'm gonna go off. It's not off tangent, but it's something that a lot of people don't know about. So about 2001, man, I'm sitting in my bed and I'm watching HBO, and Mos Def is doing a show at the Bowery in New York. But it's not a Mos Def show. It's a Black Jack Johnson show. Him and a rock group. The rock group consists pretty much of Doc No, Bad Brains, if you know about Bad Brains, Bernie Worrell, Doug Wimbush, and Will Calhoun.
Bruh.
Exactly. So you already know. Dude.
Come on.
That is one of the best 45 minutes of my life, sitting there watching something that I've never heard before in my life. It was the craziest thing because he's performing joints off of his album, but it's got that rock feel to it. And then they start performing some other joints, and I'm like, yo, what is this? So you figure, man, for about 15 years, I'm searching for this album. Then come to find out the album never came out. The pieces that they were put together to do the album became songs on the New Danger. And the album just like, it was like that was the only show or only time I was going to ever see these cats do something. So that's what I'm going with, man. I wanted a Black Jack Johnson album, straight rock though, not like songs that Mos Def had already did, joints they had already went in the studio and just put together. That would have been crazy. Had he done that as opposed to the New Danger, insane, man. If you don't know what it is, like you said, Kill, you got the figure. But for people that are watching, YouTube, Mos Def, Black Jack Johnson, Bowery Ballroom, 2001, and just watch it. Just watch it. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy one. Nick, what you got up next?
I'm gonna go with Child Rebel Soldier. I don't know if that name is familiar to anybody. This is about 2008, 2009. For Pharrell, Lupe, and
yeah, I got that on here.
Yeah.
What was the name of it?
Child
Rebel Soldier.
I remember that title.
Yeah, they had like one song out there. Remember, Nerd had that older girl standing in the line. They did a remix to that, but they never they talked about doing the album, and of course, it never comes out.
Nope.
So that was a project that I would have liked, around that 2009, 2010 era.
Yeah, that's when it was planned too. 2010 it was supposed to drop.
Yeah.
All right, no doubt. Grab, just let me know whenever you ready, good brother.
Okay, I'm just trying to get this. My damn CD player is being moody right now. Yeah, it's acting like it don't want to play.
Yeah, I don't know how official this is, but Big Daddy Kane did an Unsung.
See, it's playing. But
did y'all see the episode when Big Daddy Kane was on Unsung?
Yes.
And he had this live band, and man, it was doing something, and it was crazy. But I don't know if it ever saw the light of day.
Oh, so he was like doing some music with a band.
Yeah. Like, he had a live. He did an NPR Tiny Desk concert with that same band, but he was doing his classic Kane stuff. But on that Unsung episode, he was killing something, man, and I would love to hear what that is.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I want to say one of these Marco Polo albums, Marco Polo did a beat using chopped up Albie Shore's Night and Day, and Kane actually killed it. Like, it's a very dope song. Like, I was shocked. You know what I mean? But I can't remember. I'll dig through here to see if I can find it. But yo, Rec, here's that HR joint. That HR joint.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? It's a crazy joint, man. I told you.
Is that a doll?
Yeah, it's showing it. Well, action figure, as I like.
Yeah, it's action.
Yeah, action figure. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. That's an action figure. See my guys.
Yeah. So
see my guys.
Oh, what you got over there, good brother?
I got Falcon.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Black Panther.
There we go.
Yeah,
and,
but
I got a pop doll of Black. Ooh, hold up. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah,
I got a pop doll of Black Panther too.
Yeah, it's dope. That's dope. But yeah, so the HR joint, which is
wow, that is crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just how the mic, just how it sits is just crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as soon as I saw that, I had to cop that.
Not even open, yo. I'm bugging. It's moody today, man. It don't want to open. It don't want to play.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
Yeah, my apologies.
No, that's all good. We just on the hook tonight. And there's something baby girl got me, the big joint, the biggie joint.
I saw you posted that.
Yeah, that was dope.
But another joint that I had out of Queens, New York, the LP, Large Professor.
Yeah, I had that too.
I got that on my list. Yeah,
I had that too.
Again, to me, this is a 5 mic album. It was supposed to drop in '96. He was signed to Geffen, and at the time, it was the Roots, and Geffen was predominantly a rock label. And Nirvana was
Nirvana.
9 Inch Nails was
9 Inch Nails was over there. Yep.
Yeah. And this was like their first, throwing their hat in the hip hop ring. So they signed Large Pro, the Roots, and this, but after the whole
and who else?
The Jizza.
Oh, the Jizza. That's right. The Jizza was on Geffen.
Well, but once the whole Kurt Cobain thing happened, things started to fall apart. Roots got shipped to MCA. I think Jizza got shipped too, but I think they dropped Large Pro. So this was supposed to come out in '96. Very dope album. I mean, everything on here. They got the Bullish. They dropped 2 singles, of course, Mad Scientist and Just Wanna Chill. And One on One with Nas on here. But about this album, and even looking at it, you see you got the DMX drum machine. This is an S12 heavy album. Again, in '96, '97, this album wasn't going to sell no records. So
unfortunately,
it's like unfortunate, but when you listen to this album, you hear them drums, you hear that Large Pro sound that would have been there. And I just think Geffen knew, okay, you know what, this ain't gonna float. So so be it. But yo, Brad, let me ask you a question, man, because one thing I've always wondered, and again, if you don't want to answer, I totally understand. I don't want to ever get pockets, but with a Shelved album, I never understood. Like, so you get the advance, they shelve the album. You owe the label money. Do you get to keep the money? Like, how
they write it off?
Okay,
they write it off. They write it off. They write it right off as a tax write-off. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You become a tax.
What year
write-off.
did this happen? Like what? Like 95, 96?
Yep, 95, 96.
So great.
And I believe I believe, if I'm not mistaken, what I heard was that we weren't competitive enough. That's why they didn't release the album.
What does that mean?
And I think our competition was the Lost Boys at the time. I guess we weren't marketable enough, or I don't know.
Yeah,
they were.
But I mean,
they was comparing y'all to the Lost Boys.
I believe so.
I mean, the Lost Boys were more club music.
Yeah, that's just party. Yeah,
right. But that's what I mean. You talking about a major label, you know what I mean? We weren't independent, you know what I mean? So it's like they want record sales, you know what I mean? They want record sales. So and we didn't make a record like we made like records that could have did things like Crossroads. If they'd have put a video behind that, if they'd have put a video behind Center of Attention, those 2 records alone probably could have did some things and catapulted the album at least to gold status. You know what I mean?
So did y'all have anybody at the label like advocating like, no, man, y'all need to let these boys go out?
Yeah, like was Dante Ross still up there?
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. Nah, he wasn't there. Really, it was just like
this was
he trying to advocate for himself. You know what I mean? Because it was a soul brother situation. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay,
so, yeah,
that's right. Because it was on Elektra, right? Pete.
Yeah. So it was a soul brother. It was Soul Brother Records underneath Elektra /Elektra.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So when does word get the ear to you that the album's not coming out? Like how do you? Is this like some old memo?
I keep it funky, man. I didn't really care at the end. By the time it was done, it was such an emotional situation. By the time it was done, I didn't even care. I think we had just went right into doing shows, and it was just like, oh, it's over. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna go and make beats. You know what I mean? Because I never really wanted to like do that per se. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted to just make the beats. I wanted to produce. You know what I mean? So when that came about like that, it was like, okay, I'll just go make beats. You know what I mean? And I started making beats, and that's how I came up with Half Man, Half Amazing, Them That's Not, and a couple other joints that later on got out there, whatever. But yeah, just making beats.
All right.
A lot of them, one of those Sound Vernon beats were made around 97, 98. You know what I mean?
All right.
But,
so did y'all get to keep the rights to the album, or how did that work?
I mean, we just snapped. We took it, like, you know what I mean, like really. They didn't. I don't think they gave 2 shits, like, you know what I mean.
That's crazy, man.
You know what I mean.
Because then they put Faking Jacks was like a single, right?
Yeah. They gave us a single, but that was it. A single and a video.
The crazy thing about that's still one of my favorite videos to this day. Yeah. And then the wild part is the remix of Faking Jacks is crazy too, with the Havoc, when it starts off with the Havoc piece, which is crazy with the sleigh bells in it.
Yes. Yeah. He actually sampled those sleigh bells from MC's Act Like They Don't Know. Listen to it. Listen to it. Go back to the instrumental. You hear, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You'll hear it real faint. In the ding ding the thing. You'll hear it real faint. Just check it out. Because it was like real quick. He was just like, yo, I think he might have made the remix like right there in the studio. He just just grab whatever was around him. And I think that KRS when he was like, I'm gonna just throw these bells on it, like boom, he just threw the MCs Act Like They Don't Know bells on it. Yeah, that's from MCs Act Like They Don't Know though.
That's dope.
I always felt like if was the D-Dot album getting made too, or was that just something?
Was like his album was starting at the end of towards the end of our album. His album, he started doing his album. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. I brought that up, Nick, because that was the double with BBE. It was
it was I&I and the D-Dot, which was had heat on it too.
With BBE, Pete actually despises BBE. You know what I mean? They took that. It was beats that they took from I think Soul Survivor 2 and put out another album with it, Surviving the Elements.
Right.
That album. He didn't tell them to make that album. I think they just put those beats together and put them out. And he was pissed about that shit. He literally, I don't know if I should tell that part. I ain't gonna tell that part. He saw the man on the plane. The man who owned BBE. He saw him on the plane. He couldn't put his hands on him. He wasn't on him. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah, I feel you. Right. Give me another one, good brother.
Man, my heart hurting over here, man. Right. Nah, you good, man. I'm gonna go with Detox, man.
That's what I had.
That dude, man. That dude dangled a carrot in front of our faces for years,
forever, longer than the end.
You know that joint had like almost 5 release years, different release years.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, and there's this DJ.
I looked it up.
Oh dang! There's this DJ I'm cool with out of Cali, and this dude has like 10 volumes of just reference tracks. And he sent them joints to me just on the hum, like, yo, here, everybody got it. This is a mixtape. I mixed it up. Here you go. Check it out. And there's bangers on there, man. And that's when I first kind of realized who was writing for him, T.I., Ludacris. Because some of them songs turned into songs for those particular artists. And I think the album would have been dope, man. I just don't know what he was thinking as to why not release it. But, I mean, he kept the carrot in my face. I don't know about y'all, but.
I was ready. Everybody.
I was anticipating it for a while.
Yeah,
everybody.
I don't want a gangster rap album from a 50-year-old.
I mean, and then he had the joint where he was making the beats on the plane. That's the first time I seen like an MPD type of thing. I'm like, oh, this joint gonna be wild.
It's a wild thing because I heard so many things about that joint. One of just some people I know like was saying like the hard part that I think. Because it went on for so long, but supposedly one of the hardest things he went through was trying to get, because the thing with Dre was always breaking new artists. It was breaking. So he was, from what I hear, he was trying to get with artists that were big at that time versus trying to break somebody new. You know what I mean? And then not being happy with that. Then, I think Game came out and he put effort into making Game's joint. Because remember when Game's joint came out, the joint higher, he said, watch out for Detox. You know what I mean? So you got that joint. And then, so I think maybe a thing about Dre is just having that passion behind it, and then that's one thing that I'll never, if that's what it is, I'll never fault an artist for feeling like this isn't my best work. I don't want to put it out. You know what I mean? Or, even when he said, yo, the reason he did Compton was just being on a set of, Straight Out of Compton and feeling revitalized and feeling like wanted to make music again. I'll take that over, and then we all knew with Detox, the levels was just so high, the anticipation was so high for it that, it's almost like could he even, do that. So I definitely feel you on the
I'm sorry, it has 6 release dates. 2003, 2005, 2007, 2008, 2010 and 2011.
That's crazy.
6.
Wow, man.
That's crazy. But we got Compton. I know I'm the only person who loved it, but
I like Compton. But the problem I had with it was he didn't break like the Chronic had. Snoop, Dog Pound.
We got Pop. We got Anderson .Paak. That was the break.
Anderson .Paak.
But that was the only one.
Nah, man. King Mez. People did not know who King Mez was like
they
that.
They still don't know what King Mez got out there. I'm for real.
You're right.
I gotta listen to that album.
Anybody else?
And I'm not saying that them cats wasn't dope.
Nah, King Mez is dope. Anderson .Paak is dope.
They didn't pop off cause he like on the 2001, he even boosted Exhibit because Exhibit had been out.
Yes.
But when he got with Dre, gave him that Midas touch.
Yeah.
He was even bigger. And then he had Eminem.
Yep. Still got me looking for a Stat Quo album.
You know what I'm saying? That's another one.
Wow.
Word.
What happened
to Atlanta?
Yeah.
That's
another cat.
I got down with Stat Quo hard.
Statlanta, that was the name of that album.
Put Focus on the map.
Yep.
That's the main reason I check for Focus now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nick, you got next joint?
Yeah, we're gonna stay in the Dre bag, that Helter Skelter with him and Cube.
And Ice Cube.
Yeah, because remember they had the what was the joint on the Murder Was the Case soundtrack? Natural Born Killers or something like that.
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, they hyped it up. Knew me and Cube, we tight again, about to put this album out. Then nothing. Like Dre got him and Kanye probably got the most projects where they say we're gonna put something out, then they just don't put it out.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cause like Kanye, he was supposed to do Good Ass Job.
Yeah. Yep.
Then like his mom died, his girlfriend broke up with him. We got 808s and Heartbreak. Then he's talking about something called TurboGrafx 16. He threw that to the back and put out Pablo. So I'm like, come on, bro.
Hey, man. I can't call it. Burn, you got another joint?
Yeah, Ghostface and MF Doom.
Yes, sir.
Called Swift and Changeable.
Swift and Changeable. I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah,
That's all.
I mean, just for the vernacular alone that would have come from that.
Especially at that time. Too. It's like
it blew your head off, yo.
Yeah. I would love to hear that.
I still want to hear it, man. I
like me too. I like Doom, man. It's left of center, and you need that from time to time.
I only want to hear it if it's from material they recorded back then.
Yeah,
them two right now is just keeping it a buck. Ghostface sound like Sheik Luch. Yeah,
yo, I gotta listen to this album you talking about.
Yeah, Ghostface does not sound the same. I like that fish scale Supreme Clientele Ghost. I don't know what he doing right now. That's still my guy though. Still one of my favorite MCs, but
I feel.
Look, long pause.
Yeah, that's long over the silence right there. But
word up.
I'm not in the NYC area, so Ghost can't smack me up. He'll smack me up with them big.
I don't say nothing when you see a slow jam joint with the 10 pre's and he talking to your ass. You see what I'm saying, son? I'm about to beat the life out you.
Podcast.
You heard what he said, right? It said smack you, son. Oh, crazy. Crazy.
You don't want to.
That should have been a skit on his album.
Word up.
That
was wild. That video he did for Action Bronson, that was wild, man. That was wild. But I'm sorry, Kill. I'm sorry to disrupt the TL, bro.
The next one I got up is an MC a lot of cats never really heard of, but Young Z.
From Jersey.
Newark.
Outsiders. Newark. Yeah. That's Rod Digger's baby father, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had a joint that come out called Musical Meltdown. You know what I mean? He had a joint. He was signed. I want to say it was Perspective Records. It was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis's
label,
and they signed him. And at that time, my man Roots from Queens was doing a lot of behind the network and stuff for him, and it was some type of hookup with him too, mate. Because cats remember New York Undercover. Young Z be on there a lot, not on there, like on set, but his music, he'd be rapping and a lot of things on there. But it was supposed to drop in '96, and eventually got leaked in 2015. He had an ill joint called Problems. It was the first produced by Ski Beats, and he used that special ed. You don't want no problems, B. Get your name in the obituary columns. Yeah, that joint. That was dope. Here's the wild part, and I wish I could have got Bezo on for this show. Bezo and my man Shy did a beat on there called Stay Gold. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
And Lauryn Hill. Now, at this time, we're talking about Lauryn Hill in 1995, just coming off of The Score, the biggest star in the world. And y'all,
no strumming my hair with her fingers. None of that.
But
one time, no one time. This is pre-one time.
But
pre-one time, yo.
We talking about on you can go look it up on YouTube. It's called Stay Gold, Young Z, and it's a crazy beat. And it's funny when Grab was just talking about the emotional toll of finishing that album. You know, I know when my man Shotty Luke mine, it was so much hoopla. Like the sample was Stay Gold by Stevie Wonder. When Stevie heard all the cursing from Young Z, he didn't want to clear it. And you know, the sample couldn't get cleared. Wow. Guys calling me like, yo, can your mom get up to New York and play this for me? And I'm like, dog, my mom's a music teacher. She ain't, it's a Thursday night. Like, she ready to go to work.
Like, you got work tomorrow, man. What y'all talk about, man?
Just you know, for Stevie, man. Why they can't just clean it up for Stevie? That's the guy.
Right.
Clean it up.
But then it wouldn't clear the sample. So not just the Stevie sample. That's what Lauryn singing, but the actual sample they couldn't clear. Then Lauryn Hill label came in and said, yo, she's too big to be on this little Young Z.
I hate that kind of stuff.
Even though Young Z was on the Fugees, The Score.
Yeah, the cowboy joint.
So, you know, and I know shy that kind of took all the oomph out of him. Like he stopped making beats for a while because, like you said, it's that emotional roller coaster of you get word to ear. You just sold the beat to Young Z, the biggest artist in the world right now. Lauryn Hill is gonna be on it. You know it's gonna be a single, and then you go through all this hoopla. Samples can't get cleared, and then they pull Lauryn, and you know then.
What year was this? What year was this?
This was 95, 96. 95.
You know what? We tried to get Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
For Crossroads.
Okay.
Because what the idea was for her to sing, I hope that we could be together soon. I hope that we, because that's what the song is about, him linking with the chick, you know what I mean? So we was gonna try to get her to sing that, you know what I mean? And you know, that's from the actual record that he sampled, the Teddy, you know, the Teddy Pendergrass joint, the Harold Melvin joint.
And the blue.
We tried to get her. They hit us in there with the same thing. Oh, she's real busy right now. She can't really do it. Blah blah blah.
See, that's why I hate the business part.
And then 10 years later, that thing. I mean, a couple years later, 3 years later, that thing. That strumming my, you know, it's that. So go ahead, man. Keep on strumming, shorty. How man said, what's that song called? Grant Green down here on she down here on the ground with me. She down here right on the ground with me. So we together, boo. I love you. Keep on strumming. I love you. And she literally strums. She plays the guitar, man. So keep on strumming, boo.
Yes.
Well, we tried to get her, man. We tried to get her, and they turned us down.
Yeah. The crazy part. One time I've told the story before. Guru and Premier had taken during that full clip. They did a radio run and took all the DJs out. And Guru was saying, you know, that's one of the worst parts of the game. That, you know, Primo can go out and produce for anybody he wants to. Yet, if I want to get on a song with somebody, I have to get permission from my label to be featured. You know, and he was just saying how that's such a messed up catch-22 as the MC. You know what I mean? Like, you know, imagine permission from the label, like, yo, KRS wants me to do 5 tracks. Is that okay? You know, and basically that's what Guru had to do, to go to the label and say, yo, is it cool if I get over here? And then the label having the power to say yay or nay. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Thought about it like that before, but that does put now I think that's one of the key things of why you don't have groups anymore. And then two, why so many groups broke up, because the producer was always able to make more money than the MC was gonna really probably be able to get to. I even heard rumors of Guru having beef with Primo, like, yo, get me on that Jay-Z song, or get me on that big song, like you in the studio.
I have an offline story.
I'm writing it down, so as soon as we go offline, I want to hear it.
Remind me. Remind me, this shit is funny as fuck.
Silent Murphy.
In my eyes, it's funny as fuck. Yes, I have an offline joint, yo.
But until he said that,
Rock and Seal smooth. I'll just say that.
I'll
just say that.
All right.
But we'll talk about it later.
That's the wild part, that, you know, the unfair part of the game is I gotta ask permission. Like, I'm a little kid.
Real.
Like I can't. I want to jump on this joint with Scott, but I gotta wait for y'all to clear it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I gotta wait. It's almost like you want to go to the doctor, but you got that insurance where you gotta get the referral. You ain't got super dope HMO where you could just bounce around to whoever you want. You gotta go to your doctor, get the referral, and wait for that to come over. Same thing as an MC. I can't just be with Grab one day and say, yo, let's go do a joint. It's like, yo, man, I gotta call my label and get you know,
crazy.
Yeah, you know, and when he broke it down like that, I'm like, damn, that could be a huge reason why you got groups like Little Brother. You got Knife doing all this production, and Pooh and Tay just, you know, like, damn, like where he at now type thing. So,
eating ramen noodles.
Something I've thought about. Rec, you got any more left, good brother?
I think I got one more, man. Let me pull it up. Okay. I'm going with J Electronica, man. Dude.
Wow. Pick an album.
Call it pick an album. I know that I know the album's never coming out, but when Exhibit C came out, man, I was floored. I didn't know who Jay was, nothing like that. So I was just like, okay, this joint's crazy. And I'm still waiting.
Man, I know. I got the title of the album. It's called "A Yeti Riding a Unicorn Looking for the Loch Ness Monster."
Oh my! In a field of 4-leaf clovers.
I hope he actually names it that.
Unbelievable.
Pulling a unicorn.
Unbelievable.
Pulling a unicorn. J-Elect joint, man.
I think the funniest thing about the J-Elect joint is I had to tell my man the other day, y'all do understand that Exhibit C came out in 2009.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
It's 2019.
Wow.
Yeah,
10 years ago.
It came out the winter of
2019. Still living off of that.
It'll be 2 years, you know, the winter of
one song?
One song.
That's one song, right?
Yeah,
One song.
Now he's got music. I got a discography of just mixtape joints.
But you know, crazy thing is, all the stuff he released after that to me never was dope. Like, never.
Not to that level.
Not to that level. It was dope. Some of it.
He did a mixtape using the samples from that. What was the Jim Carrey movie? The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
And that was kind of dope to me.
It was crazy. I tell you what's crazy. My young boy was over here, and it's funny because I'm 44, so my young boy is like 35. But the wild part is Jay had a song where he was rhyming over that. Oh God, who is it? The sample that Pete and them used for "I Gotta Love." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Not Cal Jada.
Yeah,
the original "I Gotta Love" joint.
I Gotta Love. It's funny, my man over here, he was a singer, and he was like, "Yo, we should try to do some of that J-Elect joint." I was like, "The Pete and CL joint." So funny how, you know, when you deal with people at a certain age, for him, that was J-Electronica.
Right.
The Pete and CL joint, like, so. But yeah, man, Jay, I don't know what happened with dude. I think one of the things that I heard was, because if you remember in Exhibit C, Just Blaze at the end is talking about, yo, get Puff to redo this. So for a long time, he was supposed to sign with Puff, and then he signed with Rock Nation. So I think that started something. I also think that there was something between Just Blaze and Jay, because it was like, if you're with Jay, then I'm not rocking with you like that. So to me, I would have wanted the J-Electronica album all produced by Just Blaze.
Correct.
So I don't, but again, I doubt we're ever gonna get that album. But
you ain't getting it, nah.
No, we ain't getting
it.
No, it's not happening.
That Pete and CL boy, I gotta love. That got me some love in the 10th grade. 1994. I remember that, November.
I feel you. Nick, you got any more joints left?
Just one more. The Murder Inc. original Murder Inc., which was Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule.
Yeah, they had to join on Mike Geronimo joint.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a song together?
Yeah, on the streets.
It's on Mike Geronimo.
Yeah. That joint was hard.
Yeah, man. But listening to Irv talk about it, it was the egos, man. Like when Hard Knock Life came out, 5 times platinum. DMX, As Dark as Hell is Hot, 5 times platinum. You just couldn't get them cats to agree on it. It was like not happening.
I'll tell you what's crazy, because, you know, of course, there's two sides to every story, but I seen this thing, I think it was on Complex, Herb was saying how, you know, at one time a point, people forget DMX was a bigger star than Jay.
Yeah, 98.
But you say that to a lot of Jay-Z fans, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And
there was a time where Ja Rule was selling more than Jay-Z.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
When he had got that little formula.
Yep.
What would I be without you?
Yeah. He was selling more than
everything was a hit.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think Herb was saying something how, like, it was just like, you know, that's when Jay got with Swiss. You know, it was after X blew up. You know what I mean? Because one of the biggest things I always say why I love Outkast so much is because they did numbers their way. They
their own
go out and get a huge producer, whereas with Jay, it was like,
Swiss,
okay, I'm gonna get Swiss,
Timberland,
I'm gonna get
Neptunes.
Okay, now I'm gonna get you know, whereas, you know, Organized and Earth Tones, like that was just cast, and they doing this like that. But yeah, no doubt. Crap, you got any more joints left, good brother?
Yes. Did anyone mention? I have like a couple. Well, I have 2, 3. Did anyone mention the Black Bastards LP?
Oh
KMD.
KMD.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it actually got released. It was supposed to be released in like 94 or 92 or something like that. They said it got released in 2001. I never seen it around or nothing, but
me neither.
And Kill ain't hold up the CDs. So I it ain't come out, bro.
But I want to say it's in the attic because I don't see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Something about the album artwork.
Yeah, they did release it, and it was the album artwork of the
got it shelved, right?
Yeah, the Sambo.
Yeah,
the Sambo.
And then I also had. Sorry to cut y'all off. The Biggie, Jay-Z, and Charlie Baltimore.
The Commission.
Yep, that's on my list. Yep.
The Commission album.
Oh, I thought Kill was about to pull the album out for a second.
Oh, no, I got that. I got a lot of good. I got a lot of treats on the hard drive, but I don't got that one. That's one of those things that I wonder if it even started. You know, I think that's just
because like Big got murdered. Like
it was like one of those things. Like it was a good idea.
It never
was like, you know, he said it on the joint Niggas Bleed, like the Commission, Charlie Baltimore, and everything. But that's one of those joints that I don't even think, you know, that would have been so much paperwork because I don't think Puff would have even really, you know, I don't know with Puff. You know what I mean?
He'd have been gangster about that shit, yo. He would have, man. He would have, because I think Big used to not tell him when he would write for people, man, because I think he may have been in such a contract where
that publishing.
Everything, that publishing.
Yeah, how he got the locks. He probably had Big in the same way.
I think he wouldn't tell Big Puff sometime when he would do joint. That's what that dude Gene Deal said. Like, he said something to that effect. Like he wouldn't let Puff know all the time when he would record joints for Kim or write for Kim or something like that, something crazy like that. But yeah, you right, Kill. Puff probably wouldn't have let that fly too far, man. Or he would had to have a stake in it, or he would have been a member of the damn group.
In that, you know, Jay and Dame, you still talking about Wild Out Dame at that time, you know, Dame wilding on Diddy, and you know, would have been a whole bunch of hoopla. Bird, you got any more joints left?
Yeah, just you just made me think of something. I never heard an album came out, but at Fife's funeral, when 3 Stacks got up there and said that Cass and Tribe was supposed to do an album.
Yeah,
he damn sure did say that.
Yeah, that would have been something.
Like, bro, that's something you don't say because now you got all the fans.
Yeah,
imagining what that would have been.
Yeah.
Now here's the wild part for me, and
I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna just be
bring reality to it. Come on, Kill.
I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna be the black sheep of the family.
Bring that reality, Kill. Come on.
I don't want no Tribe Called Quest Outkast out, man.
Like back in the 90s, though.
I mean, sure, back in the it would have had to been like literally. It would have. I'm like on some old pregnancy. They had 9 months to get this album done. Like I'm talking about between midnight. Like I almost wanted while Midnight was still being recorded and AT Aliens is being recorded. That's the only way I want a Tribe Outkast album.
That energy window. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a certain window. It's like I feel like with a lot of the same way with our athletes. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain window of opportunity.
Greatness,
like when Iverson came back to the Sixers, it was like, yeah, you know, this is really nice, but this nigga, I mean, this guy can't ball no more. Well, I nigga, curse word. I don't know.
No, you can use that.
This nigga can't ball no more. You know,
she'll be proud of you. You did much better than that.
You know, it looked good. He came out on the floor.
We'll say critter.
Yeah.
Man, this critter. It works, man. It works.
It's like Iverson coming back to the Sixers. Like it was nothing but a feel good story.
It's like when Mike Tyson got out of prison, all the cats wanted him to still be
right.
Mike.
That menacing Tyson.
It's like again, the Outkast Tribe album during the making of AT Aliens at Midnight. I'm all there for it. But
that would have been crazy.
You know,
both of their energies at that time was crazy.
At that level, the beats are there on both sides. Like that would have been incredible.
That would have been sick. Organized Noise and
but anything after 2000, I am good.
All right, Kill, man. It ain't no Santa Claus. The Tooth Fairy ain't real. All right.
Well, no, right? Dream Killer, man.
My bad.
Michael Jackson had a fake nose, man.
I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do want to try. My fault.
I mention my last one?
Yeah. What you got, Grab?
My last one is I saw this in a list that I was looking at. I didn't never know this was gonna happen. It's an NWA album called "Not These Herbs Again," not these N words again.
Yeah.
I didn't ever know that was gonna even happen.
I never even heard
whatever niggas for life. You know, I was like, okay.
What happened? They had got Snoop to do it, and then he backed out because he said, nobody can replace Eazy-E. I remember Snoop talking about that.
Do we know, and y'all know me, I'm big on years. Do we know what year this was? Like, is this Snoop Doggy style Snoop? Is this Snoop?
Nah, this was later. Because they actually did a reunion song on the soundtrack to one of Cube's movies. I just can't remember which movie it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember that.
It might have been Next Friday, but they did a song together.
Okay. All right.
With Snoop Dogg as the fourth member. And it's like, nah, we ain't doing it.
All right. Yeah, I know a lot of people always love. They say that we ain't doing no more shows after somebody die until somebody's daughter got to go to college. Then it
then it gets real.
Then it gets real. It's like, because I remember TLC was like, no more shows. Left Eye's dead. Then like 10 years later, it's like, hey, TLC's in concert. Like, you know,
Left Eye would have wanted us to continue.
Yeah.
So Kill, the NWA album was planned to be released in the year 2000.
Okay. All right.
So, what was that? Paid the cost, Snoop? Dogfather Snoop.
That's Master P, No Limit Snoop.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Dogfather Snoop and blue carpet treatment.
I'm cool.
Yeah, me.
I'm cool. I'm Gooch, man.
I'm cool.
I'm Gooch. Yeah, I'm Gooch. I'm Gucci, bro. I am Gucci.
All right, Nick, what's your last couple of joints?
I got the A Song Unique. That was Old Dirty Bastard when he was with Rockefeller. Like a few songs actually came out. It was kind of
Pop Shots, right?
Yeah. Primo did.
Gray.
Pop Shots.
Pop Shots. Yep.
Yeah.
Never came out though, but
that was dope.
Then there was another group. I don't know if y'all remember K-Def, who was with
Real
Live.
Real Live.
World Renowned. Yeah,
yes.
You remember them?
Yes,
Take a Ride and How Nice I Am.
How Nice I Am was my joint. I've been playing that video like within the last month or two. I've been watching that video again. I like that song. Yeah, that beat is crazy. The Chick Corea sample, he flipped it.
Okay.
Yeah, he flipped it.
Never came out though, man.
Nah, it didn't.
Man.
I remember that.
You got any more joints left, Vern?
No, but you know what this tells me is that certain artists shouldn't sign with certain labels, because I mean, Old Dirty with Rockefeller, all the people, Rakim signing the Aftermath. That's like when New Edition signed with Puff.
It was a wrap.
Yeah. You know, like that window is closed.
Yeah. And this was Rockefeller after the breakup too.
Yeah, it was like right when that happened.
MOP signed with Rockefeller, didn't it?
Exactly. And then they signed with G-Unit afterwards.
But you know, the hard part I think too is for, and being able to now look at this, from, I guess an older perspective is, I guess at the time you just kind of trying to get a job. If you look at record labels like a job, you know what I mean? And if you ain't working right now and you need a job, you're going to take whatever job come your way. So if it's like, yo, I got bills due, I got, these rappers, be having 20 kids by 20 different women. So it's like, I got child support. I got, Rock, you signing me? Bet I'm there, You may not even know in your heart of hearts this ain't a good fit. But, we couldn't.
That 100K be looking all right.
Yeah, if you just look at like 50K,
whatever.
Yeah, if you unemployed right now and somebody's throwing, like you said, 50K in your face, it's like, yo, I hate this job, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I think I read an interview once with Pac where he was like, yo, this dude should come into prison, gonna buy my mother a house, get me out of jail. Like, it's not a good fit, because when Pac was in, he was on his damn mama sunglasses, glasses. I ain't a thug no more. You know what I mean? But what's up, Nick?
Speaking of Pac, the joint that he was doing with Boot Camp with Buckshot and Smith and Wesson.
Yep.
You just made me think about that. I think it was called One Nation.
Yeah, One Nation.
Yeah.
One Nation. That's another one I would have liked to hear. I don't know if any of those songs leaked. You know
what? I know some of them leaked, because I remember when I lived in Atlanta in '97. I it was on a mixtape. I brought a pop mixtape, and it was like on there. So they got to be floating around out there somewhere. Because
I also 50 Cent Power of the Dollar, like the album. I know they like put out an EP, but like the album, the
actual joint that he got did for him.
Yeah, that would have been crazy too. Vern, you got any more joints?
No.
All right, the last two joints I had The Diary by Jay Dilla. This was the album.
MCA.
Yeah, the MCA album. The album that he wanted to rap. He ain't want to make no beats. He just wanted to come in. He had Mad Lib, P Rock, Knots, Riggins, Binks,
Kanye
West. You know,
Kanye do something too?
Yeah, he did. He did a joint on there. I have it.
Yeah. So I just thought that was dope, you know, because I just, you know, to me, Dilla, it was just like, yo, to be like, yo, I don't even want to do no beats. I want to get my favorite people, you know, and that's the thing that I'm always explaining to younger cats that's missing from hip hop was that unity. You know what I mean? Like, you know, shouting each other out. Like even when Large Pro on hanging out, he's like, yo, and I'll be chilling up in Mount Vernon with Pete Rock. You know, we used to shout each other out in songs. You know, I'm letting it's a Big Daddy thing, and he's like, yo, the Big Daddy Kane is peace with rappers of the day like Kid and Play. Even my man LL Cool J, Stetsasonic, EMD. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, we used to shout each other out. We used to do all that, and I just thought that was so dope.
And that was dope, yo.
Yeah, hell yeah, that was dope.
That was dope.
That was
like,
dope.
Oh,
like,
you know him? Word, okay.
yeah.
Word up. That was dope.
A lot of hip hop from the late '80s. You're hearing each other shout. You looking at PE's video for when they in prison.
And Eric B walking. I was like, what?
You know what I mean? Like, right, like that was the unity. Like, yo, I got a video shoot, come through. Or even when Kane on Slick Rick, you know, Teenage Love, and Kane played the punk like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like those that's what we used to do for each other. What's up, Grab?
I was at the Down with the King video shoot when all them cats came through. That was wild.
I bet it was. Yeah,
that was wild, yo. That, you know, the part at the end where everybody's like at the camera.
Yeah,
Negro. I was in the front of that. Yo,
I'm about to go.
Onyx is wilding, pushing everybody. Yo, it was dope though, man. It was dope. Like, it was Mad Heads came through that joint. Eazy-E was there, yo. In his afro. That was freaking dope.
They brought Eazy-E to Quint.
Yeah. No, they filmed it in Harlem at a church in Harlem. Yeah. Okay. It was this big ass church on, excuse my French.
It's not Riverside, right?
Might have been on 145th, I think.
It might be Riverside Church. I'm not sure. I haven't been up there in
years. It was a big church, man. Might have been Riverside Church. It was inside of there that they filmed it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that was a dope video. Yo, Onyx was wilding at the video shoot. Yo, they was dope, yo. But when the camera came on, they was turned up. Yo,
I'm looking at it now. Prince B was in this mug.
yes.
PM Dawn,
PM Dawn, Prince B, man. Yes, yo.
Yeah, it's crazy, but those were like those dope times to me where, you know, we just show love to each other.
Yeah.
You know, for Dilla to be like, yo, these are my favorite producers. You know what I mean? And I want them to bless me with something and just let me spit. You don't really find that too much nowadays. You know what I mean? You're really not going to find that energy to be like, yo, I'm going to reach out to all my peers. And the joints on there was dope. You know, Bink did The Diary. They had The Sickness. It was a lot of dope joints on that. Another joint I had was Kamal the Abstract, the Tip album that never came out. You know what I mean? Where he was kind of going through his jazz fade.
Singing, right? Was he supposed to be
singing? He was singing.
He was doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
That was after Amplify, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Supposed to come
out. That's the one.
And then the other one came instead.
Yeah.
Renaissance.
The Renaissance.
Yeah. And then another joint I had that was really just a song, and I think I was only looking forward to it because at the time Eric Sermon was one of my favorite producers. Hurricane G.
I get down with
Cardi B before Cardi B.
Yeah.
Yo, Rat Man, wake up! That was Cardi B before Cardi B, man. Come on, man. Get off that punk spoon Oh shit, man! Like, yeah, fucking Cardi B before Cardi B, yo. You need to go back and just listen to that little part and just, yeah, that's you right there, Sean. That's your whole style.
He had this joint called Milky. And I think the only version of it is off of like the radio. I got it, and you can hear it here in the back. And it was a dope joint. It was a dope joint. And then something I marked down, I forgot to shout out when we was talking about when Nick brought up the Inspector Deck. I want to talk about just for a quick second how Pete doesn't get the props he deserves for saving the Wu-Tang Clan's projects.
That second wave.
Because on that Uncontrollable Substance, which was Deck's album, you got a joint on there called Trouble Man.
Trouble Man. Mm-hmm.
Bananas.
Yep.
And then on that
Immobilarity, only song listenable is Sneakers.
Exactly. Wait, now hold right there. Sneakers. Now with Sneakers, they tried to mix that record themselves, and I think they almost fucked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete was very upset about that shit. I think the dude, who was their manager at the time?
Power.
The white dude? Power. No, it was a white guy too, right? Wasn't it a white guy? Caruso?
They do got a white guy in their crew. I know you're talking about. He's from Jersey. I know you're talking about
Caruso or something like that. His last name.
I'm not sure of his name, but I know
he tried to mix it and he screwed it. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, Sneakers. Yep, yeah, that's one of them.
So that dry spell, Pete was really the only saving grace on those albums. And
Ghostface joint. You mentioned the Ghostface.
Oh yeah, the Ghostface. No. I think that was the one that they had. I know Pete had a problem with the Ghostface mixing too.
Yes.
And it was, and you know,
Family Affair joint.
Yep, and it goes back to the whole thing of just back in the day when producers would be there for the whole project, and you had an engineer who was like your right hand,
go-to right hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Pete and we talk about this all. I talk about how important the engineer was to that sound. How Pete had Jeremy Staub and Primo had Eddie Sancho and Timbaland had Jimmy D, and like that's no coincidence that these dudes had these engineers who would
power the roots and
that you know, who was like the extension. It's almost how a coach has that point guard where I don't even have to call a timeout because my point guard knows what I want him to do. Type, you know what I mean? But you know, and then we talking about shouting people, you know, just the love. I know a lot of young folk out there probably have never even seen this joint.
You know? Oh yeah,
I'm on that.
You're in here?
Yes.
Oh man, I didn't even know that, B.
I'm in the cut. Like, yo, son, I'm in there. I'm number 176. Yo, let me tell you the story about that. Yo, I was at Pete's house. I was living there at the time, and we wake up, and he's like, I got this photo shoot to do. Yo, you want to come with me? Yo, come with me. I'm like, all right, cool, we go. I'm thinking he got a photo shoot by himself. So we go down to Harlem. So we go onto that block. We go in that neighborhood or whatever. So I'm like looking around. I'm like, okay, where are you taking your pictures at? So then we standing there, and I think who pulled up first, man? Might have been the Roots. The Roots might have pulled up, you know, what's up, dog? Ooh. Then Cash to start pulling up, yo. Pulling up, yo. Slick Rick pulls up in a double R, yo. Like, like what? Yo, Cass, I'm like, yo, what is this, yo? So now we're being ushered onto the block. I'm like, with all these, you know, with all the other artists, like, oh shit, yo, like, these are my heroes. Like, all my guys are around. Like, this is so it starts getting crazy, like Souls and Mischief. All these different people just start coming in. King Britt from Philly, A+ from Philly. All these different people start coming in. My dude, I got to meet Gordon Parks that day. I shook his hand. The brother's hand is like butter, yo. His hand was soft as silk, yo. Silk and butter, dog. Like, yo, I shook the man's hand. Like, I will never forget how that felt, yo. I've never felt a hand softer than Gordon Parks, yo. Never. Only other person whose hand might have been that soft was Darren Dean. Was the CEO for Rough Riders, yo. Darren Dean ain't work. You know, I don't think he worked a hard day in his life, yo. That man's hand. When I shook Darren Dean's hand, soft as butter, yo. Yo, Gordon Parks' hand was soft as butter. That's one. Two, when I get in the place, they have you signing in. So I sign in with my government name. So Kill, if you look in the book and you look
right now, say Gregory Phillips.
Gregory Phillips, number 176. Gregory Phillips. So I signed in with my government name, not knowing what the hell was going on. So boom. So now we sign in. They have us take a picture and we sign in with our government name. I took a Polaroid, signed in with my government. We go on to the block, D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, the Fuji, just everybody's out there. The whole boot camp, everybody. Yo, they clapped when Rakim walked up, and they clapped when Run DMC walked up. I mean, everybody out there clapped. Everybody. And I want to say they might have clapped when Russell Simmons walked up. I didn't see Puff there, and I didn't see Jay-Z there. I didn't see them there. They were not there. But Common, I mean, Kill could tell you you look at the cover. Everybody was there. I
got you, Grab. You right here behind the white boy, right?
Muggs.
Right up
DJ
there.
Muggs. Yes, you see my little hairline? DJ Muggs. Dude, I'm looking the other way. He took like three or four shots. Yeah, DJ Muggs.
I said it's a white boy up in here.
Yeah, DJ Muggs. I was there, man. I was there. Great day in Harlem, man. That was a dope day, yo. Dope. One of the greatest days in my life, yo. In my hip hop annals, my life, yo, of hip hop, whatever. Like in life, period. That was one of the greatest days in my life, yo. And it started off so humbly, yo. Like Pete was like, yo, I got a photo shoot to go to. You want to go? I was like, he's like, nah, man, just come on. I was like, all right, bet, I'll go. He's like, come on. I was like, all right. Yo, turn into that. Yo, I was like, what is this? So that was just amazing for me, man, to be a part of that. Yo.
And the crazy thing is to see this couldn't happen nowadays.
I was just gonna say.
This couldn't happen. People would be shooting, it'd be beef, it'd be so much hoopla up in this picture right here.
And there was none. The Locks, anybody you could think of from 90s hip hop that was dope was there, yo. Outkast, what's the name? Goody Mob was there, yo. Like everybody was there, man.
And see, that's the other thing. We're not just talking about New York and Jersey and Philly rappers.
No.
You're talking about cats from Cali,
California, yes.
But this is what I'm saying.
T was there.
But that's what I'm saying. It couldn't happen now. You couldn't bring all those different people from Atlanta. I mean, it just that's just a testament of, and that's why I pulled that out, just a testament to show how cats were back in the day, where it was like unity, it was love. We shout each other out. You look
respect for the craft.
My personal favorite liner notes ever are from It Takes a Nation, because he breaks down the old school.
He breaks it down.
The right now, and then he breaks down like the future. And to see like, yo, I'm saluting all these old school dudes. I'm saluting, the groups right now. Now I'm saluting these leaders of the new school. I'm saluting these people that are coming up. And I just. Again, the liner notes for me were just so crazy, and it was just so cool to see how much love. And I remember seeing something Kane said it. Kane was like, yo, one day KRS and Miss Melody helped me move.
Yeah, I remember that. Helped me move the couch and the TV.
And then all right, Vern, I'm up to $5. This is good. I thought I was gonna owe more. And then they sat down, they watched The Color Purple. Like, I can't imagine, KRS, Miss Melody, and Big Daddy Kane watching The Color Purple. Like, yo, I don't know. What's up, Grant?
I have a story.
Big Daddy
Kane.
We're all ears.
Big Daddy Kane came to Mount Vernon. He came to Hev's house, and he hung out with us that day. And he chilled out. He ate. I think Mom cooked for him. Hev's mom cooked something for him. Ate good. I will never forget, because I told him, I was like, yo, you born a day before me. He was like, oh, okay. He didn't even he was like, oh, yeah, whatever. Okay. But anyway, so boom. So he had a show at the rooftop that night. So I'm about 15. Peter's about 16. You know what I mean? And Pete's like, yo, I'm going to the show. So I'm like, yo, I'm going too. So I go home. I ask my mother, like, Mom, can I go to the Big Daddy Kane show? She's like, you know, my mother Jamaican. Greg, you can't go. You can't. No, Mom, I don't want you to go to that thing. All right, Mom. All right. So I said, man, Big Daddy Kane's down the block. I'm going. I'm going to ask Pete, who's a year older than me. So I was like, yo, Pete, can I go? Pete looking at me like, I don't care. I'm going. I go upstairs, I get my fresh on. My mom's is in the kitchen. I slide out the door. All right, Mom, just going to hang out down the head. All right. I'm gone. We jump in. Like some of them, like Hev, I beat Hev, my man Dio, and you know, Lazy Lays was dancing for him at the time, and Scoob and Scrap. They weren't there, but they met him at the rooftop. But Hev, Dio, Pete, and somebody else rode with Kane in the limo. And me and like maybe like 2 in the front, 3 in the back rode in a Grand Am, like a 4-door Grand Am. We all rode down there, right, to the joint. Kane, we get in there, we moving with Hev, you know, so we, you know, looking like big dogs in there, whatever. It's like 88, you know what I mean? Kane rips the show, kills it, right? So we like, yeah, he killed it. Show's over. We about to walk out. All of a sudden you hear gunshots, flap, flap, flap. So we like, oh shit. So Hev turns around and runs. So we turn around, run, follow Hev. He running back away from the door because the shots were near the door, outside though. So he runs back. This dude runs us into a corner. So we kind of like stand in the corner, like, oh shit, yo. So the security come around, like, yo, y'all all right, yo, stay right here. So they go out, and I guess they was shooting at the dudes who was shooting and got him up out of there. You know what I mean? I think they clapped one of them, if I'm not mistaken. But somehow they got the area clear, so that they came back to us like, yo, y'all can roll. So remember what we rode down in. Some of them rode down in the limo. Some of them, the rest of us rode in the Grand Am. 3 rode in the limo with Kane, 5 of us in the Grand Am. Kane, as soon as the gunshots went off, he was gone. Limo, gone. Kane, gone. So now it's 8 of us in this damn Grand Am, yo. Literally, I'm sitting on the gearbox. They like, yo, grab, put it down. Go. I got 1 leg in the driver's compartment, 1 leg in the passenger compartment, sitting on the damn gearbox. 2 dudes over here. Somebody, I don't know if Hev was driving, and 3 of us 4 in the back. So it's 8 of us in this Grand Am. We riding up, laughing. Yo, that shit was crazy. We get to the house, we file out the Grand Am or whatever. Me and Pete walking up the block. We get to the house. Nobody got keys. We 15, 16. We still ain't had no keys. And we weren't latchkey kids because it was always somebody home. So we weren't latchkey kids. So knock on the door. Pete knocks on the door. My mother comes to the door. So Pete walks past her like, okay, walks into the house. I'm like, okay, cool. I went to go walk past her. I just caught this smooth palm to my chest. Pow! Boom! I hit the floor. She's like, didn't I tell you not to go to that party? Didn't I tell you that? Yo, that joint was wild. It was worth it. It was worth it, yo. So that's my Big Daddy Kane story, man. But it was worth it, man. Getting to meet him, getting to hang out with him, getting to go with him to his show at the rooftop. We took the poster from the show, hung it up on our wall. We had that on our wall for a couple years, me and my brother, when we shared a room. Yo, yeah, that was amazing. So, like stuff like that, I can't trade for the world, man.
And the crazy thing is, bro, is you gotta explain to cats what the rooftop was. This was like one of the most.
I'm sorry, yes, because you do have young viewers. The rooftop, if you've ever seen it Paid in Full, and there's a part in the movie where AZ's character, the guy who's playing AZ, the guy who's playing Rich, and the guy who's playing Alpo, Mitch, Alpo, whatever they, Rico, and whatever they call them. They're standing there, and there's money falling on them. There's like money pouring, you know, coming down on them. The place that they're in is a roller rink called the Rooftop. Rooftop was a roller rink in Harlem on 155th Street and 8th Avenue, directly across from Rucker Park, where they played all the Rucker games. It was directly across from there. So you would go to the Rucker games during the day, floss, flex, do what you do, go home, change, and then go to the Rooftop at that night and kill, you know, do your thing at the Rooftop, flex the same way, floss, whatever. You know what I mean? So that's what the Rooftop was. So they would have various cats perform at the Rooftop, like Big Daddy Kane, you know, Biz Marquee, or whoever, you know, MC Light, whoever was dope at the time, KRS-One, whoever was dope, they had them rocking it. You know what I mean? So that's what the Rooftop was about. Yeah,
I mean, at that time, it was the Rooftop and it was the Latin Quarters. Y'all know there was Bookhead, No Half Step, and this is a whole book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm always telling folk out there, do your knowledge. If you love hip hop, these are the type of books, yo, bro, you can't pay for these type of pictures. You know what I mean? You can't.
My brother once told me that a cat pulled out a sword in the Latin Quarter. If you ask around, it is a real thing. Like, I heard it besides my brother tell him he was there that night. He was there. The dude, he said some dude pulled out a sword, yo, in the Latin Quarter, dog. I mean, that place was, I never went there. I never went to there, and I never been to Union Square.
Yeah.
And those are the two spots that Brooklyn would dominate. And like literally, there would be certain songs that came on. If you were on the dance floor, you were food, bro.
They said
top billing,
go Brooklyn,
go Stetzer.
Yep.
And Brooklyn's in the House by Cutmaster DC.
Yeah.
If those three records came on, and you were on the floor in the midst of some Brooklyn cats, you were food.
Man, Questlove on his podcast. Anytime somebody comes on there that's been there, he makes them tell a tale on Latin Quarter, and Grap is exactly right. Whenever anything related to Brooklyn came on, chain snatch. You catching the elbow in the head.
Pete used to tell me, man. He said, yo, I used to have to back up, like, because, you know, if you was in the middle or anywhere where them dudes start surrounding, it was a wrap. He said he seen it too much. A cat from my hometown got beat down by some Brooklyn dudes. You know what I mean? He got beat down by some Brooklyn dudes. So yeah, that happened at Union Square, and that happened before he didn't even get in the club. He didn't even get in the club, and he got beat down in front of the club, in front of Union Square. He didn't even make it in the Union Square. So them spots was real, man. I've been to Rooftop a few times, but I never went to Latin Quarter, Union Square. I did the Roxy, Mars. I did the Building. You know, a couple of other like 90s hip hop spots I did. The Tunnel. So
it's just a dope time. And I mean, even some of these pictures, the big picture of Hev.
Yeah.
Boys.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I need to get that book.
Yeah, you need to get it, Grap.
I will be copying.
Actually had a mustache that don't even look right. Kid with a mustache. And a lot of
kid?
Yeah, he had a mustache. Yep.
He had a mustache.
Oh, snap.
He looks crazy.
And one of my favorite albums ever, Super Lover C. A lot of Super Lover C and MC Light, right?
Rest in peace.
I mean, just for the pictures alone. I mean, and then you start to get into the history of everything in it. So again, if you're a hip hop dude, you gotta get this book right here. It's called No Half Stepping. Yep. I mean, very dope book like that. All right, give them all the information, good brother.
Oh man, so Twitter is at DJRec1. IG is DJRec1NE. Website will be up soon. I'm gonna start posting the mixes up. So give me by the end of the month, and we're gonna be rolling.
All right, no doubt. Give them all the information, brother, where they can follow you.
I've got one, man. Hev named me Grap. That's my Twitter handle. HEVNAMEDMEGRAP. Have name me grap. That's my Twitter handle.
All right.
And that's where I'm at. Catch me there.
Nick, give them all the information, good brother.
Like always, Killer have it linked up. IG and Twitter.
All right, no doubt. Vern, the loan closer.
Yes, sir. On Twitter at VChandler10, on Instagram, V the Loan Closer. Get at me.
Yeah. That's what's up.
You already know what me is. Kill 889 Twitter, IG. We'll make beats for food. This is another dope book right here, the Beastie Boys book.
Yes, sir.
You can see this thing is like an encyclopedia, and my bookmark is. So I'm still trying to dive into this.
What's the other one called again?
This is
No half step.
Okay.
Hey, Kill, I took off my cover. Here's another one. That Dan China's The Big Payback. Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn, that's big.
Bro, it's worth it though. It's a page turner. It's so much hidden.
I read the other one, Jeff Chang's book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I read that joint.
Yeah. All right, well, as always, Grab. Yo, we appreciate the true hip hop stories with Grab.
Yeah, man.
That's so good, man. I hope I don't take up too much of your time with that.
No, bro.
Okay.
Tonight.
All good.
But we about to get off air now so we can hear the rest of these stories. So check y'all out.
Sorry, folks online. I can't. The next line tell. I can't tell it online, man.
Y'all, that's y'all loss. We about to hear these other true hip hop.
Charlie Murphy.